the internet recently, you will see suicide on the keyword section. Whenever I saw the news about suicide, I really feel sad, confused, and a little bit angry. Why? The outside world is so big, so beautiful, so gorgeous. Why do you choose to end up your life in such a way? And angry, because this kind of news have a great negative power that can influence lots of people. Frankly, before I decided to talk about this topic, I really hate the people who commit suicide, because I think it is a really irresponsible and selfish behavior. Have you ever thought about your parents, your friends, or the people around you before you do such a stupid thing? Do you know once you pass away in this way, how sad, how frustrated, how hurt will they be? You just discard everything in the world and then leave the pain and sorrow for them. You are so cruel. You are so hard-hearted. Since I'm going to talk about this issue, I Googled, trying to find some resources for my speech. And then I came up with an activity which is popular all over the world in about 1 year ago. That is Ice Bucket Challenge, whose purpose is to promote the awareness of ALS. ALS is a devastating disease. The sufferers will gradually lose their ability of talking and then walking, finally breathing. You can see how helpless they are while facing this kind of illness. But there are still some of patients show their braveness and strong willing. Just like the founder of the activity, he is also one of the patients. And he thinks they are worth to survive. They are worth to be survived. So, though they are in the minority, they make all efforts to strive for their life. However, there are another group of the sufferers who choose another way. They commit suicide. Why? They become weaker and weaker as time goes by. They can't control their body, and in the rest of their lives, what they lost are not only the physical functions, but also the dignity toward life. The cost of treatment and the fatigue, the mental or physical fatigue on their family are heavy burdens. They are unwilling to do so, but they are powerless. So in that case, they seek for death. Diving into this part really makes me sorrowful. And I'm thinking, if I, or if any of you were the sufferers, what would you do? Would you try to be a fighter, or would you just give up your life? And is it still a selfish behavior of committing suicide in this case? It's a hard question. I pounded and pounded, then I figured out that I think everyone has his own right to live in his life. So the object you have to be responsible for is not about the people around you. It's all about yourself. So of course, you have the chance to choose to live or to die. I never promote the thought of committing suicide. But after looking deeply into this issue, I think I will no more judge suicide. And I believe that we were all born with our own callings, and we must face with our own difficulties, because we won't always live in the light. Likewise, we won't always live in pain. So I want to say is that again, we are all individuals. It's your life. You have the chance to decide what your life is going to be. And finally, what I want to share is that getting through the challenges is what makes your life become more meaningful and colorful. And you'll see how fantastic the world is. Back to TME.